At Boot Düsseldorf, one of the boats I looked round was the J40, which is built by Composites, who are based in Les Sables-d'Olonne. Now, the J40 is a performance cruiser and clearly has the DNA which goes all the way back to the J24, which was designed in 1977. I've spent a fair bit of time on J24s and also J80s and J70s. On the J24 I did bow for my dad and then helmed one as well, and then I've done various roles on J80s and J70s throughout the years. Every single J that you go on really has performance running through it. You take a look at the hull and it has really clean lines, and that is very evident with the J40. It wasn't just me that was impressed. With the European Yacht of the Year, the J40 won in the performance cruiser category. So the group of judges, who are really esteemed, clearly thought the same. Let's take a look. The cockpit is J-boats through and through, with twin main sheet winches and then the main sheet running forward to the A's underneath the deck to keep the lines clean. Twin Genoa winches as well as with two winches on top of the cockpit for halyards, and also the jib barber hauling system. As we move forward in the boat, we can see those clean lines where you've got the jib sheet and the jib track running down the sides, and you can see very discreet cleat systems as well. It's little touches like this that make the boat just so nice to be on board. You're not going to catch a line on one of those cleats, and as we go forward there you can see the main sheet coming out towards the boom, and also the jib track and the jib barber hauler system. Beautifully simple, but means that you can get the highest performance out of your boat, whether you're racing or cruising, and then an ultra clean bow layout. Another little touch is the in-boom main sheet system, which just adds to that sense of refinement. Walking from the cockpit into the saloon, the J40 personifies space and light, with oak carpentry throughout, and Frédéric Bouvier of Composites is going to show us around in the saloon.
Yes, welcome on board of this new J40. So we are in the main saloon, and what we can see here, I think one of the beauty of this boat, what we have tried to achieve, is improving the comfort, improving the volume, and the feeling you can get, the light inside of what is the core DNA of a J in this J40, the performance, but improving the life on board. More space with a lot of lights, a decent galley that is made for, people who are really cooking on board, with a big fridge, a lot of storage all around as well. Part of the J-boat DNA, proper chart table facing forward, but it's not only a chart table, it's also most of the time the best place where you like to sit when you go down below, just to open a book, read something, check something. Then we do have a wide main saloon with a table that can welcome 6 persons easily, with a foldable lift. This is a 2-cabin, 2-head version here, but we also have a 3-cabin version with 1 head, meaning that in this version we have the front head, which is private for the front cabin. Otherwise, the front head became for all the boats, the main head. And in this one, the aft head connects directly as well to a big locker for storage of all the cruising stuff you can bring on board.
Walking into the owner's cabin, you are immediately struck by the simplicity and space up in the bow section, without any extraneous cupboards, just a simple oak shelf along each side so that you can store things that you need while you're sleeping. And then moving around, you can see that it has a very good sized owner's head, which, as Fred explains, becomes the main head on the 3-cabin version, and a cupboard behind the door for all your storage needs. On the 2-cabin version, the second cabin is to the port side behind the galley, and again, simplicity and style is what you feel when you walk in there. I've always been a fan of the forward-facing chart table, which means that you can work there as well as navigate while being sociable with others on board. And in this 2-cabin version, the heads are really big. It means having a shower doesn't feel cramped. And then after that, there is a really good access to a sail locker, which we'll take a look at now. And this gives a great amount of space and also access to the steering system if you need it. And then this is really accessible as well from on deck. If we look straight up, we can see where the hatch is on the deck to access this. Below the waterline, the J40 is unmistakably a J boat, with clean lines which make her just as comfortable racing as performance cruising. The swept-back bulb on the fin keel gives the boat a 2.2 metre draft and plenty of stability, and it's great seeing those flush windows on the side which let in so much light to the saloon. Out on the water is of course where the J40 comes alive. Being a performance cruiser means she is just at home on the race course and will perform under both IRC and ORC racing. With the J40 it doesn't feel like you are making the compromise between racing and cruising. You've got a spacious saloon and cockpit, clean lines and light down below with well-sized heads, ample storage, and when passage making you have the performance required to go further afield. The well-thought-out deck layout speaks of the experience going all the way back to when the J24 was designed in 1977. Easy sail handling makes for enjoyable racing and comfortable cruising, and everything about the boat shows how ergonomics are at the core of the design. Thank you for watching today. As well as events, we're going to bring you news of various yachts that are out in the market. Please do subscribe to our channel using the button down here, and take a look at sailworld.com and yachtsandyachting.com for all the latest news from the world of sailing.